Hello fellow evoholics and welcome back to the stream. Today we're gonna be looking at the week 3 report and an announcement about this challenge in the end of the video, so stick around right to the end and you'll know what's going on. Now let's get started. Okay, so welcome back. It's Teams from Pipeline Industries and we are doing the report for the challenge. But before that, I would like to say big thanks to all of you new subscribers. Holy crap, we are almost at 40, with 39 on board. More action coming on. I really do like the fact that you guys apparently find this interesting topic in Eve, even though hauling has been kind of a side job mainly. But I have some speculative news about this. Second of all, thanks for all the comments on the audio. I really hope that I have now aced my mic settings and you are going to get good audio quality, so you don't have to blast it out with 100 volume. But let's get down to the report, and the report's gonna be pretty much quite short. We are looking at 371 million. We are up just barely 20 million, but I have taken BPO teching into the one of the stuff that I'm going to do, trading those, speccing them and trading those with a higher price. So that's all in the spectrum of trading and hauling, because you're gonna get better prices on those BPOs and whatnot. But yeah, more income coming in the future. I would also like to know if you guys are interested, especially the newer players, on how I do this challenge, like what's my workaround with all these things, that how I work, how I pick my trades, how I fly there and whatnot. So if you're interested on that, please leave a comment. And if you're new to the channel and you find this kind of content valuable for you, please hit the subscribe button. It's gonna make a big difference to me. But anyways, so okay, so the thing that I wanted to talk to you about is that I have an announcement, and the announcement is about the 5k to 5 billion challenge. This is what I set up this to be, but given the industry changes that are probably gonna hit tomorrow on Tuesday, CCP said it's gonna be on April, and the big patch day is always on Tuesday, and tomorrow is the last Tuesday of April. So if that drops, there's gonna be such big spikes on the markets are gonna go berserk, and I don't know if the 5 billion is gonna ever cut it to get into freighters. So my main ISK account just bought a Fenrir, and it's sitting on that account, and that character is gonna sell it with the price that was live on yesterday. So it cost 2.5 billion, which is a lot considering Fenrir is usually a lot cheaper. So even the big capital freighter prices are now up from what they have been for ages. But so yeah, and let me break it down a little bit. The thing you can see here, this is the evecookbook.com. I'm gonna leave down the link on the description for you. You can go and tinker around that software. Here we can see the Tranquility Fenrir. the current Fenrir that was 2.5 billion. Now it says estimated build cost because all the markets are going crazy at the moment. So now it's like 3 billion. But these are the components you need to build it now. So not much. It's a basic ship, just like whole armor, a little bit of shield, and a lot of cargo hold. But now, if we turn into dev mode and we activate the reaction jobs, and for your interest, show the detailed build steps, let's not just touch any of this because I had the other calculations like that too. But now we are looking at a whole different price. And in this little Fenrir, that's paper thin armor, but fastest of the freighters. That's why I was gonna pick it up. It's gonna be 11 billion. And this is just speculations because we don't know how these land. Like nobody's gonna buy a Fenrir with 11 billion. But look at all this stuff. All this stuff is gonna be needed to be building all these components that are gonna be needed on the build. So even though this looks like very grim, and this is same thing is gonna happen to everything on Battleships Plus and on all the faction ships. Like even the faction frigates will have, like if we look at like a worm, for instance, it's a small faction frigate, especially good on abyssals, soloing even the quite high level abyssals. But look at this. It's full of all this crap and fuel blocks everywhere. You need fuel blocks to build this. If we look at the current state, that was 72 million, I guess, the build cost. And now we're looking at the 1 million build cost. So like the whole thing is like, what is it, 50 million? So yeah, but when we turn on the Berserk mode, that's gonna land on tomorrow, the build cost is through the roof, and the ship cost is speculating staying on the same level. But I don't know if the build cost is that high. Nobody's gonna sell it that low. But yeah, we don't know because all of this stuff is just. We don't know how the markets are gonna stabilize. And also, there's a good discussion with Galaxier and Jurius Doctor on Galaxier's channel. I'm gonna leave a link down below. It's very like down to earth for new players to understand what they're talking about, how these changes are gonna affect, and how CCP currently has a problem with the algorithm for the build costs. And I think this could be one of the things, because the expensive stuff, when you build from that, it's gonna make the build cost super expensive, and that's a problem. So if you're building any of stuff like this, just do it now before the update, and then wait, and because everyone's gonna have stockpile of all these expensive ships anyways, and they're gonna just flood the market with them. So we don't know what's gonna happen in the industry. But the big thing for any of us who are making money hauling shit around, instead of like Tritanium, Pyrite, Mexalon, and Isogen and Noxium, Zydra and Megazite. Okay, you'd need these to build the ship now, but tomorrow onwards you need all this stuff. Even on a small faction frigate, you need moon goo, you need like reaction stuff, you need fuel blocks. So nobody is going to be solo industrial person anymore. You're gonna need a team. These stuff come from wormholes, they come from lowsec, they come from nullsec. Somebody has to fly that crap around. So if you're not hauling stuff yet, if you don't have an hauler alt, or if you're not thinking about hauling as making money, well, obviously, if the freighter is gonna be 11 billion, you don't want to really fly it. And that's interesting to see how this is this gonna turn into like regional markets are gonna boom. We don't know, but still, the stuff needs to be carried around because some of this stuff you can't build in ISK and so on. So, I think there's gonna be a big market for us who haul stuff around. So think about that when you are playing the game. If you're mining, ore don't matter anymore. There's tons of stockpiles. People have stockpiles of ore, and you don't need that much of ore anymore. You need planetary interaction stuff. You need that hauled somewhere to be refined to something else, into fuel blocks. You need to that reactions from low sec and all that. Somebody has to carry that crap around. So this is a great opportunity for us haulers. So think about hauling now. If you can fly ships that are hard to catch and fast to move stuff around, even the smallest stuff, you can bank on this. I think it's just speculation. Don't start a hauler alt. Don't trust my word on this. It's just my speculation. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be carried around. You can't produce everything in one spot anymore. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm a kind of and as for new players, you are landing on new normal. You're not gonna be able to bank on these changes. Like my main HiSec account has speculative battleships sitting in Jeddah, ready to be sold when the markets settle down, hoping to make few billion out of them profit. So yeah, but for a new player that is starting right now or thinking about starting right now, hauling is going to be most likely lucrative stuff. You're going to need, people are in a need to get stuff around and moved around. So yeah, and that's news for us haulers. It's good news, even though stuff is going to be more expensive, but the T1 ships are not. They're going to be cheaper. So we're going to have cheaper ships to move more expensive stuff, which is great. But yeah, report-wise, short one, not much happened. Being concentrated on getting funded for the Fenrir buy, so I could then when the challenge continues, I can sell it with the market price that I bought it for, just to make this the 5k to 5 billion ISK challenge. But yeah, thanks if you've made it this far in the video. Really glad. And the content is most likely pleasing you. So that's great news. I'm more than happy to do more of this. But yeah, until the next video, which is Fit Friday, unless you request something else, like how I do my trade, like scouting and all that. So if you're interested in something like that, please leave a comment. I'm more than willing to show how I work around with this account, doing the hauling, making the millions of ISKs out there. But yeah, that's too long of a video almost now, but I don't know. Let's see how the market rolls after Tuesday, and let's make a bank hauling. Until a Fit Friday video, or maybe a requested video, fly safe, make money, and enjoy Eve. Bye.